Can you put this in?
This is Miss Mendoza, and she is our fourth grade teacher, and she actually learned English as a second language. So we're going to be interviewing her today. So first of all, at what age did you first learn English?
I was 10 years old when I came to the United States and I went into a full immersion class. It was all English and I had to listen to all the activities, and many times I had to translate many words, and that's how I know how to translate
So you didn't
from
have
English to
any
Spanish.
support, any ELL support at all. You were just fully submerged into the English class.
I was
Wow.
fully submerged. My teacher didn't know English at all. I mean, didn't know Spanish. Sorry.
That's okay.
She only knew English, and so we had to listen carefully and repeat whatever she said so that we could communicate.
Okay, and then so what country are you from?
I'm from Mexico. I'm from the state of Tamaulipas.
Awesome. And then do you still speak the native language? Are you still very fluent, or do you just remember a few words, or?
No, I am fluent. Growing up, I had to speak Spanish to my parents, to my grandparents, so I could never lose my native language. I
That's
had to
awesome.
keep it.
And you
I
still
read and I speak and I write.
and you still share it with your children today. You pass it along.
Yes,
That's
my three
awesome.
children do speak Spanish as well.
Okay, and then so from a lot of our reading, we realized that most students learn a second language at a very young age. But as you said, you were already 10, and from what we learned, most students start at the age of 4 or 5. So do you think that that was harder for your language acquisition?
Yes, it was. One of it was, I remember, was pronunciation. I could never say the word iron. I would say iron, iron. So it was really funny, and it took me a while. And I say that learning English for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's still a lifelong process.
Wow.
I learn every single day.
That's awesome. Okay, so according to Ortega, in our textbook, aptitude is a natural ability to do anything or accomplish anything that you put your mind to. So how much do you think is now, like in some of your classes that you have, how much do you think that this affects students' ability to acquire a second language if they can just naturally do it?
Well, the more exposure that a child has at a younger age, I think they're able to acquire that second language because they're not as afraid as I was
Okay.
when I was 10 years old. I was very shy. So I feel like now kids are more open because they're more exposed to technology and they get to watch videos, they get to talk to other friends, the other cultures.
Right. Okay. So it's kind of everywhere around. Okay. So then again, another word that really stuck out to me in our text was the term affect and how it plays a role in learning. And affect focuses on temperament, emotions, and how a person feels towards things that they want to do and any actions that they come into. So how much do you think affect influences learning or the will to learn?
It does affect the will to learn. Like I said, I was very shy,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never give up. I would listen and internalize everything that I was listening to, and then I would repeat, and I would catch myself also looking
Right.
at the mirror and practicing because I
That's
was afraid. I was afraid that I was going to mispronounce it,
Right.
like I said. And every time they would send me, I was a helper for the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and she would send me to get that iron because that's how they used to
Oh.
laminate with an
Oh.
iron
Uh-huh.
at that time. And so I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to communicate with the other teacher that only spoke English.
Oh, wow. Okay. So then also in our book, when I think of all the different ways that they learn, there's several things that come into play, such as intelligence, aptitude, ability, and how do they all work together? Or do you think that one is more important than the other? Or is it all three working together that makes it like a successful language learner?
I I think that all of the three play a role in learning the second language.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, nowadays I see a lot of the children picking up the language quicker, which is ability.
Right.
And I've also seen the intelligent child. She's exposed to English and maybe like television games, and they also have the support of the family, one member of the family that speaks the English, so that also helps and plays a role in
It's okay.
the
Samantha,
aptitude.
go. Samantha, go.
They're very capable. They're very, very capable of learning. So I think the three of them play
Big
a role.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and then in motivation, we know there's intrinsic factors, which are how we internalize our motivation to be productive in the world. But then we also have our extrinsic motivation, which is, reward systems. Like the kids get extra recess if they get good grades. So I just wonder if you have an idea on which one you think works best, either for you or for maybe the students in your class when it comes to learning a new language.
For me, it was mostly intrinsic. My parents didn't speak English, so I didn't have anybody else to help me except for the teachers at school. And so I was self-motivated to learn the language. In some of the cases, in my classes, I see a lot of the kids, they're more towards the extrinsic. They love rewards, they love food, they love candy. And any little thing that you would give them will motivate them to learn.
Awesome. Okay, great. And so then lastly, I just want to finish up with like your lesson plans. And we've talked a lot about motivation, ability, aptitude, and intelligence. And I wonder if any of those play a role in your lesson planning.
Yes, they do. Like right now, my class, my bilingual class, I geared it more like to the ability and the motivation. I need to not lower the standards because I have high expectations for my students, but I have to do things in a different way. Maybe like shorten the assignment or explain in detail everything that they have to do before I let them go and do it on their own.
Okay. Well, great. Well, that's probably all the questions we have. Thank you so much.
You're
and thanks for
welcome.
watching my blog. Thank you.